Men, if you've been cheated on, I know it's a terrible situation. One of the first things I want to go over is that there is a double standard when it comes to cheating. When women get cheated on, and you think of examples like Hillary Clinton or Beyonce, while those women were cheated on, and it was a terrible situation for them taking their husbands back did not cause them to lose status professionally or lose status amongst their fans. Because when women take a man back who's cheated on them, and again, I'm not saying it's right to cheat, there's just a different standard that the world sees for them. But when a man gets cheated on, it's one of the greatest signs of disrespect possible. Think about Tupac talking about how he had sex with Biggie's wife. These are ultimate signs of disrespect. Historically and ancestrally, that level of disrespect was one of the main motives for violence and homicide, men killing other men over women. Also, if you get cheated on as a man and you take your girl back, you don't get lauded as a hero. Nobody champions your cause. You get laughed at. Consider situations like with Logan Paul and Nina Agdal, or the situation with Neon, or the situation with Aiden Ross. When your girl runs off with someone else, it actually can affect you professionally. Men will talk bad about you behind your back. Your status in society in general is lowered if you get cheated on by your girl and you take her back. If you get cheated on by your girl and you move on to someone else, it doesn't affect your status at all. Again, this is a biological double standard. I'm not excusing cheating and I'm not saying it's fair, but there absolutely is way more damage to a man's social reputation and professional reputation if he gets cheated on than the other way around. So she cheated. That means it's now time for you to level up. Right now, you're probably feeling pissed off, disrespected, betrayed, alone. You're replaying everything, wondering what you did wrong and what you missed, what she was thinking. But here's the truth. This only hit you this hard because you didn't have a life of abundance. If you had options with women, a strong network, and a mission, you wouldn't be spiraling. So now let's flip the script. Let's put you back in a position where you choose, where you operate from strength, not scarcity. Here are the 6 steps you need to bounce back faster. Build your network, connect with better women, and become the man who never loses sleep over one person. The problem, while most men spiral after being betrayed, is that most men get crushed because their entire world was built around one woman. No options, no status, no social proof. They isolate, overthink, and start chasing validation. That's not power, that's desperation. The solution? Here it is, the savage comeback plan. One of the things that other people advise in these situations is to block your partner. Do not block your partner on social media apps. Don't block them because it sends the wrong message. It actually shows that you are more affected. What's better is to mute them so that you don't see their stories, so you don't see their posts anymore, but they can still watch you. Don't worry about blocking them, but you do need to keep zero contact. You might want to archive any recent photos together so there's no confusion about your relationship status. But what you don't want to do is come off as hateful or petty or vindictive. It needs to seem like to the outside world, hey, things just ended and you guys are both happy going along your way. You don't want to come off as a victim or someone who is exceptionally sensitive or hurt. Step number 2 is to get active. One of the greatest cheat codes that I found recently is going outside at the beginning of the day, walking out in sunlight for 45 minutes. It changes your body from producing melatonin to serotonin. It's an incredible mood changer. And secondly, whenever I feel myself submitting to negative emotions, I generally go find a cold plunge and I get in there and it creates such an incredible dopamine release. It burns so many calories and really causes you to become focused. On top of the fact that having a really consistent diet and listening to audiobooks instead of listening to music in order to inspire you and get you closer to the goal, having 5-day splits with your workout so that you look better, feel better, it creates more dopamine and testosterone in your system, and finishing off your workout with a sauna or a steam room, possibly even playing a team sport with your friends like basketball or pickleball, or even playing Call of Duty if you guys are all doing it together. Just get in motion. You're not just trying to feel better, you're becoming better. Put on a podcast or audiobook while you move. Skip the sad music. It's just not the vibe right now. Step number 3, work on your social circle. High-value men bounce back fast because they're not alone. You need people around you who raise your status, not your anxiety. Don't spend all of your time sulking alone. Start reaching out to friends and making plans. Later, you'll want to work on building your network to be even more abundant. If you and her have friends in common, and you guys are trying to figure out who goes with who in the divorce, the thing you have to understand is you never want to say anything negative about your partner to any common friends. You need to consistently act unaffected. It's one of the most powerful things because it's going to change the way you see yourself internally, but it's also going to change the way the world sees you. You guys were together. It didn't work out. You take your credit card out, you spit on it, and you charge it to the game. Sometimes things don't work out, and it's totally fine. But the more unaffected you act because of it, the more of a powerful position and high status position the world will see you in, and you're also training your mind to be unaffected in situations like this. If you do feel seriously down and you need someone to talk to, it needs to be someone who's trusted and someone who you have no romantic involvement with. Meaning, don't sit there and tell some girl who put you in the friend zone who you have a crush on about this situation. Don't tell this to some guy friend who secretly is going to go back and start snitching on you to your ex. Make sure if you're going to have a conversation, either talk to possibly a licensed therapist. You could actually talk to an AI model like ChatGPT or Grok. You can talk to some friend that you've known forever who doesn't know your ex and has no association with the situation whatsoever. But if you're going to share these intimate details with them, make sure it's someone that you can trust. And finally, one of the best ways that I've found for people to get over a breakup is go adopt an animal. Go find an animal that's in a kill shelter, a cat or a dog. Find the ones that no one's going to adopt and bring them home. I promise you, once you see how incredibly dependent this animal becomes on you and how much they love you, you won't even remember that you went through a breakup. Step number 4, put hundreds of women in the friend zone. This is one of the main things that we teach in the Men of Action program. It is not okay for you to shoot your shot and for a woman to demote you to her friend zone. Think about your relationship with your best friend. You guys have been buddies since maybe high school. At no point did you have to put each other in the friend zone because there's no sexual interest between the two of you. When a woman puts you in the friend zone, it's actually a demotion, and it's actually very deleterious because if she tells her friends that she put you in the friend zone, it spreads like a disease, and all of a sudden you're not sexually viable option for anyone. Instead, you put women in the friend zone. Of all the things that I've been teaching for the last 16 years, this is the single thing that gets misconstrued and is the most misunderstood. A man putting a woman in the friend zone is totally fine. A woman putting a man in the friend zone is falling into the lava in Super Mario Brothers. It's the worst. It's absolute death. So what you need to do is build a network with hundreds and hundreds of women that you put into the friend zone. And what that does is allow you to go to events, host your own events, and actually bring large groups of numbers with you to different events, surrounding yourself with more women than men. You're going to consistently put yourself in situations where there's 2, 3, or 4 women for every man. You skip the dating apps, you skip the distractions, no sex workers, no pornography, no shortcuts. This isn't about chasing, it's about building. Which leads me into step 5, turn your Instagram into social proof. Your profile should tell the story of a man in motion. Post progress, adventures, wins. Let people feel your energy. Start attracting women instead of chasing the wrong ones. Use your social media to show relevancy, competency, access to scarce resources. Let people know that you have social proof and pre-selection. You are able to do these things while you sleep. The incredible advantage of social media is that it's infinitely scalable and it shows massive amounts of status with low perceived effort. It's able to generate attraction from women passively. Also, when you meet women out and about and you get their phone number and you want to make sure you meet up with them again and that they don't flake, having great social media is one of the best ways to time bridge to make sure that she shows up to see you again. So the specifics on how to fix your social media is something that we go into granular detail in the Men of Action program. But here's the basics. Number 1, you need to get rid of the photos that are blurry, showing you alone by yourself, or showing you doing things like, imagine the guy who's drinking alcohol with his buddies at a football game or holding a big old fish, things that don't show any level of status. The thing you need to understand from this point forward is that social media is fake, and I'm okay with that. You also need to understand that social media, specifically Instagram, is only for showing status. If you have pictures of you with your family and your dog, that goes on Facebook. On Instagram, you're only there to show status. Instagram is the #1 dating app in the world. So if you have photos that show status, those are the ways for you to passively generate attraction. We have 3 types of photos that we take, and examples would be a pre-selection photo. This would be you with other women showing some level of compliance. You don't want these to be lascivious. The women don't need to be acting slutty. You just want women who look like they're happy in your presence. Number 2, you want lifestyle photos. This is you standing in front of the Burj Khalifa or the Grand Canyon or the Eiffel Tower or Big Ben. You traveling to different places. You're standing in front of the Vessel in New York, or you're standing on the Santa Monica Pier. Different places that show that you travel and that you actually have experiences, making people wish that they shared in your lifestyle. And number 3, this is the tough one. These are candid photos. Candid photos showing you and your friends hanging out. This is going to be one of these things where you need to have a buddy who's constantly taking photos of you in these organic situations. These photos are incredibly powerful because if all you do is take lifestyle photos, you look lonely. These 3 photo types are a beginning to showing that you have a high status life that other people would want to join. This all leads me to my last and final point, and this is probably the most important one. I know what people are going to tell you. I know your friends are going to try to drag you out and make you smoke weed and drink, but there's no sedation allowed. No drugs, no alcohol, no porn, no prostitutes. I understand that people use these things in order to sedate or to forego their feelings, but I'm telling you, no matter what you do in any of those situations, once the alcohol wears off, after you're done with the porn, and after you have paid some woman to have sex with you, you are going to feel even worse about yourself. I want you to consider part of the reasons why you hurt so much is because you had a woman who felt genuine desire for you. Genuine desire is what you've lost, and it's the reason why getting cheated on hurts so much. When you use pornography or if you use sex workers, that isn't genuine desire. It's the opposite of genuine desire. And when you use drugs and alcohol, while it may sedate the pain for a short period of time, it always comes back stronger in the end. If you want to binge watch a good TV show, I highly recommend it. And if you want to play video games or go play basketball with your friends, I'm telling you, it's one of the best ways to get over a breakup, especially for a man. Accomplishing goals with your friends, whether or not it's building a business or playing pickleball together, whatever it is, accomplishing goals with your friends is going to be one of the most uplifting things that you can do during this period of a breakup. Accomplishing goals with your friends is one of the absolute best ways to get over a breakup or to get over someone cheating on you. This isn't about escaping your feelings. It's about evolving. Abundance isn't just a flex. It's also power. It's leverage to elevate your social life and dating life. It gives you clarity, control, and confidence when life throws a curveball. That's what we teach inside of Men of Action. You stop chasing, you start choosing, and you build a network and a lifestyle that makes you unshakable. You have so much abundance in your life that in 15 minutes, you can change your social circle, you could get a new job, and you could get a new girlfriend. Every single person in your life meets their boyfriend or their girlfriend through you. Everyone finds their job through you. Everyone finds their employers through you. Everyone goes to you to figure out which books to read and which shows to watch. You become the central hub of your social circle. It's the ultimate cheat code when it comes to networking, and it uplifts you mentally and physically to easily get you over a breakup or to get over somebody cheating on you. So if you're done reacting and ready to start building real connections, hit the link below and I'll show you how to create abundance, status, and a social circle so strong heartbreak won't even touch you. And the wild part is, if you follow these steps, your ex is probably going to want you back. But by that time, you won't even notice.